I checked with people with the Giants. Two things were clear. They just felt like the play from Wilson was not good enough outside of throwing those deep balls in the Dallas game, which Dallas is a mess in the secondary. The play was just not up to par. You saw it in that last drive against the Chiefs. And it was pointed out to me multiple times this week that Dart simply hit every benchmark that was set for him by head coach Brian Daboll and his staff. So throughout the offseason, I kept hearing he was a fast learner, highly motivated, tough as you know what. So he put all that together where they just felt like energy-wise, readiness-wise, he can go out there and play. And also, I was told that Brian Daboll spent some of this offseason cooking up plays from looking at college tape, like trying to get new ideas like some of those offensive minds do. So you could even see some creativity with this offense that maybe they didn't have. In some ways, they have to simplify it because he's a rookie. In other ways, they can do even more.
It feels a little bit like baptism by fire because quarterbacks making their first career start against the Chargers are 3-17 in the Super Bowl era, but 2-2 since 2019. Jay Fowl with the latest around the NFL. Thanks, man.
Thank you. Chargers are undefeated. 6 undefeated teams left. 2 will face off in Tampa. The Eagles visit the Bucs. Philly has won 19 of 20 games, a franchise record, but that whole streak started after the Bucs dominated them a year ago, 33-16 in Week 4. For much more, here's Sal Palantonio.
Hey there, Kevin. Bucs quarterback Baker Mayfield has been dealing with a painful bicep injury in his throwing arm, listed as questionable for Sunday's game against the Eagles. He didn't practice much this week, but when I saw him on the field today, he looked fine throwing the football. And Todd Bowles told me that Baker Mayfield will be, quote, ready to go. He wouldn't miss this game for the world. Remember last year, Mayfield 30 for 47, 347 yards, 2 touchdowns. Bucs rolled through the Eagles 33-16, but Mayfield told me the Super Bowl champs under Vic Fangio have a much more seasoned defense, a much more difficult defense to deal with.
Guys up front, we got to take care of them. So whether it's getting the ball out quick, making them run, obviously we have the advantage here in Tampa with the heat. So trying to tire those guys out, knowing that early in the game, probably not able to take a lot of shots. If you hold on the ball an extra tick, they're going to be there. So he does a great job coaching those guys up on the details and the safeties playing from top down. There's not a whole lot of stuff over the top of them.
So the Eagles came down a day early to get acclimated to the heat.
Unless they're going to have a full-fledged practice, that ain't going to happen.
Good news for the Bucs. Wide receiver Chris Godwin is back. Bad news, Mike Evans, the future Hall of Famer, he's out. And in the last 5 games when Evans has not been in the starting lineup, the Bucs have lost 5 straight. In Tampa, Sal Palantonio, ESPN.
Now, you heard Sal Pal hit on it. It wasn't just that there was a noticeable difference and that they went winless when Mike Evans wasn't there. They also averaged almost 7 points fewer per game and also averaged 100 less yards. Let's keep it Eagles-Bucs with our Friday mainstay, Mina Kimes. One of these teams will remain undefeated and one will be handed their first loss after this weekend. So what do you think is going to be the key in this one?
I think for Tampa, you really have to run the ball better than you've been running it all year long. The return, hopefully, of Tristan Wirfs, I think, will help in that regard. But for me, it has a lot to do with the matchup. This Eagles defense has 2 vulnerabilities. One is a second cornerback position. Without Mike Evans, that's something that's going to be a little bit hard for the Bucs to attack. We'll see what they do with Igbuka in terms of where they align him. But I think this run game can take advantage of the Eagles' light box-centric run defense, which Al is 30th in run defense and success rate against the run. So I'm looking for that combination of Bucky Irving, Rashad White, that gap scheme run game to take advantage of that. And if they do, I think they can help control the flow of the game.
Yeah, you're right. The Bucs haven't been consistent, but they do have some explosive capabilities.
Sent to the Green Bay Packers. I wish things didn't have to be like this, but I'm happy to be here.
There's no bad feelings on my part.
The Parsons Project is underway. I'm a legend, they'll remember me.
Everything is bigger in Texas, and guess what? That includes the drama. The offseason was headlined by Micah Parsons and his push to get a long-term deal done with the Cowboys. And when things went sideways, Jerry Jones surprised many, and he traded his superstar to Green Bay. Exactly 1 month later, Michael will make his return to Arlington on Sunday. Here's how he got here.
I'm Jerry's guy. At the end of the day, whatever it takes for me to just continue to be a Cowboy until I retire, like, I couldn't imagine myself anywhere else.
Most of the issues we're in agreement on. I don't view it as urgent at all.
I feel like, I'm the best at what I do. Stats, numbers don't lie. They sign the checks. Let's see if they want me to be here at the end of the day.
Breaking news.
Micah Parsons announced that he had requested a trade from the Dallas Cowboys.
Don't lose any sleep over. That's the one thing I would say to our fans. Don't lose any sleep over.
I feel good that Mike is going to be out there against the Philadelphia Eagles.
The world would know that I want Micah if they knew what I had offered him, and he knows what I offered him. When we wanted to send the details to the agents told us to stick it up our ass.
Holy, it actually happened.
Dallas Cowboys move edge sensation Micah Parsons to Green Bay.
I'm very, very excited about the prospects of what we've done for the Cowboys here. We got what we wanted.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, more from Jerry in a moment. Before that, look at this. You see now the Packers, a completely different defense, one of the best in the league, and look at the Cowboys, embarrassing. Especially the pass rush. It has struggled mightily this season. Here was Cowboys owner Jerry Jones earlier today on Micah. Listen to this.
Now, let's make no mistake about it. Micah is special, and we all know he is, and he can be disruptive. But we have huge amounts of experience with the anecdotes that we've seen used on us for the last 4 years. Right. And while he does make great plays, there is also a way to approach playing against Micah, as we know, because we didn't exactly win the Super Bowl during those years. But being trite, we lost games with Micah.
That deep sigh is not because Mina Kimes is back. That deep sigh is because Jerry is back in front of a microphone. I'm not going to ask you to decipher that word salad. But the truth is, the headline is going to be, yes, Micah Parsons is back in Dallas. But I'm interested, Mina, in what you're looking for in this game.
Well, I'm looking for something that Jerry used to actually justify the Micah Parsons trade, and he kind of alluded it to there, which is I want to see if Green Bay can run the ball on Dallas, because quietly, this Green Bay rushing attack has been quite bad this year, especially compared to last year when they were very efficient. I think a lot of that has to do with the blocking that Josh Jacobs is getting. They're 27th in yards before contact per carry. This is a very banged-up offensive line. They've also gone up against some really great run defenses. Cleveland, in particular, might have one of the best run defenses in the entire NFL. Good news is Dallas, despite the loss of Micah Parsons, has not been great at stopping the run this year. So I think there's an opportunity here for this Packers offense to be more balanced, and I suspect they're going to have luck through the air, especially at that play-action passing attack.
You mentioned it, Dallas allowing just under 110 rushing yards per game. That's middle of the pack, sitting at 16 right now. You're sitting and coming back, Mina. One Mogan. You got one more left in you, sis?
Absolutely.
I was going to ask like that was a choice. It's not. Kevin, we have an NFL game in Ireland. You know what that means. That accent's coming.
Yeah, just waiting for
It's
it.
the Vikings and the Steelers, and both teams seeking a 3-1 start, with Minnesota starting quarterback Carson Wentz for the second straight week against 41-year-old Aaron Rodgers.
Keep going, L.O. Duncan.
For more on the Steelers, here's our reporter, Brooke Pryor. I am so sorry to our Irish watchers.
Now, Elle, believe it or not, the manor that's behind me, behind that is a practice pitch, a practice field, and that's where I saw the Steelers take the field earlier this morning, and I had to do a little bit of a double take when I saw the backs of their jerseys, because the last names are not the ones that we are used to seeing. Instead, it was the Gaelic translation. The Steelers worked with the Gaelic Athletic Association to translate the Steelers' last names into their Irish counterparts, and that's just part of the full Irish experience.
It was a surprise. I mean, I hope it comes with pronunciation so I know I get it right. But it was a surprise. I'm excited to hopefully learn more about it. I think it's awesome that we're embracing the culture, even on the back of our jerseys.
But if the schedule had been a little different, if I could have chosen it, maybe we get over on Monday. Tuesday's a day off, get to get out, see some things. It's a beautiful country, it seems like, from